Let's begin in the nation's capital city of Abuja, where the former agitator and prominent Niger Delta leader, AsariDokubo, has accused the military of involving in 99% of all thefts in the country. Mr. Dokubo made the accusation after a private meeting with President BolaTinubu in his office earlier today. He stated that the president has promised to investigate allegations of huge oil bunkering by notorious naval commanders that are kingpins and promised to take decisive action to halt the shameful act. Mr. Dokubo added that there are powerful cabals operating from Abuja, vowing that these powerful forces in place have now met their match and many people would soon be marching to Kuje. He has volunteered to use his boys to assist and do the necessary to halt the evil.
The military is at the center of oil theft. And we have to make this, the army and the navy intimidate the civil defense, who are by status the people who are supposed to guard these pipelines. They receive a lot of money from NNPC, PCL, and the IOCs, and just across the corner, you will see a houseboat. A few meters from the houseboat, you will see an oil bunkering refinery or tapping directly from oil wellheads.
For more on this allegation put forward by AsariDokubo, let's bring in oil and gas expert Austin Oleho, who joins us live via Zoom from Abuja. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Oleho. Well, oil theft has become a perennial problem. Talk to us about its impact in Nigeria.
All right, thank you very much for bringing me into this program. It's a very interesting topic because oil theft has been a very, very serious issue bedeviling the oil company. It has its own impact on the oil as well as on the gas, and also impacts on the host community, resulting in very high environmental degradation. My comment this evening, I don't want to say I agree or disagree with AsariDokubo. He probably has his facts. He probably has done a lot of research and study on that. So he probably has some information that he may need to provide more insight to the government later for further action. But I'm more interested in the fact that the key persons and actors like AsariDokubo has shown up to promise the new government that oil theft will become a thing of the past. That is very relieving and very exciting and refreshing to me. Based on my experience of the oil and gas industry for the past 23 years, I think that the community, and I've seen the role of the community in keeping our facility safe, in the sense that the community are stakeholders.
Mm-hmm.
They are neighborhood watch for these pipelines that straddle through their communities. Their activities are around our facilities because they do their fishing and their farming activity, and they could actually double as security for the pipeline.
So, Mr. Oleho, ultimately you are proffering solutions, because I was going to get there. I know, talking about someone who has more than 2 decades of experience in the oil and gas industry, what your suggestions are about practical steps that can be taken to tackle oil theft in Nigeria. Please go ahead with that.
Okay, so I think I can latch onto what this brings forth to us, the advantage that Asari's promised, and I believe there are more key actors that will come up to give such pledge to the government. And I believe that the government has taken very good steps to convincing members of the community to support the government in the fight against oil theft. So practical solutions, I would say, is to form a stronger bond of partnership with the community, with the leaders of the community, and create that incentive that with more production, they stand more to gain. Because we talk about we can't discuss this without talking about the 13% derivation. The 13% derivation is a function of how much oil is produced from each community. So the more oil that comes from the community, the more they gain in terms of 13% derivation. The only question we probably should be asking is, to what extent has this 13% derivation impacted on the immediate community for where we have these facilities? Because it's not enough to just say Rivers, Delta, Akwa Ibom, Edo, and all that get 13% derivation, and that money ends up somewhere at the capital of the state.
Indeed, there is a lot that still needs to be done, because even if you think about the Ogoni land cleanup, the project
of some individuals to be done around. Yes, okay, so fine. Ogoni land project. I think that work has been issued out some time ago by the past administration, but we have not seen much work in that space. So it is, for me, a very what I call low-hanging fruit for the current administration to quickly see how that can be done. But beyond that, let the people feel the economic impact of what they stand to gain when the facilities are in full production. That's the summary of the whole thing. Let them feel that impact. Let them know that the more they are producing, the more they stand to gain. And this government has that opportunity to be able to do that very, very well. So that's, for me, projects that will impact on the people. 13% derivation is something, NDDC is another body that can do a lot of work in that space.
All right, and you have spoken so greatly about the oil-producing communities themselves, because indeed over time they have complained about neglect, because they seem not to be enjoying the benefit of housing, those facilities within their communities. But then talking about other stakeholders that are involved in all of this, serious action really needs to be taken at this time, isn't it, Mr. Oleho?
Sure. I think you've nailed it. We have the opportunity to, as a country and as leaders, to create more activities, developmental activities around the host communities. We need to provide infrastructure. And because of providing that infrastructure, it has a twin advantage of providing jobs for the youths. Because if the youths are jobless, of course, they will become more restive. So the government can quickly look at all the projects that have been in the pipeline, quickly see how they can review and execute them, and initiate more sustainable projects that have direct impact on the community. A win-win situation, basically, where we create jobs, create activities, create economic activity that the government stands to benefit, state and federal, and also the community would benefit. Like if you look at the Bonny or the projects, the roads and the bridges leading to Bonny is one huge project that is going on. And I think more of such projects should come in, and the states should also get involved so that together they can work out programs that will create more economic activity for both the federal and the state, generate more revenue for the government and for the people, get the people engaged, get the people to become stakeholders. Partnership is what we should be talking about.
All right, Mr. Oleho, oil and gas analyst Austin Oleho, thank you for talking to us on TVC News at 7.